first things first. I played Kingdom Rush off stream and I noticed something about the pop-ups and tutorials that you guys said were different in balloons. You're wrong. I would like to inform you guys that you are most certainly wrong. I'll show you. Okay, I love doing that because then I sound smarter. Let me find that. Streaming, and then where is the Kingdom Rush? There we go. I found some cool things. The tips are intrusive. They stop the game just like in balloons. I'll show you. We can play the game really quickly. Play now and then we play offline because it always resets. This is like basically the best test to compare myself to Kingdom Rush. That's so awesome. Like whoever linked this to me, thank you so much. You guys are legends. Actual legends. Yeah, I mean, you know, apart from the browser being loud as fuck. So essentially... let's make my camera a bit smaller. Maybe move it to the side like this. If we start, right, and we make... Oh, it saved that. Delete slot, yes. New game. And then we play to battle. If we take a look at only the tutorials, instructions, I can't play the game. I can't click anywhere. I can say skip this or next. But this is a tutorial on how to play the game. That was my save file. It's a tutorial, yes. And so Bloons does the same thing. And so I think it is mandatory for us to do the same thing too. Because the value that I see in this is that we can explain game mechanics the best way like that. Enemy introduction, but that is also in the tutorial as well. So for example here we can place a tower and then we can start the game, you know, start the wave. Let's make another tower here, which would be a barracks. And then, yeah, these stay here and then you make a mage tower. There we go. Unfortunately, I can't make it faster, right? The game. So there's something cool. We can click on this and you see how there's gold. See that? We can start waves earlier. And the earlier we start them, we can earn more gold. Up to a cap. I don't know how much that is. Here's another. Call reinforcements. That's another tutorial. And we got 22. So I think at most it's 30 seconds. So 30 gold that we can get. Yeah, new enemy. Click here. So essentially that's what I learned. And then there's new power here. And, you know, let's put this here, I guess. Anyways, that's mostly everything I wanted to do right now. Which means tutorial and enemy introduction is different. Yeah. I took away two things from this. Tips or tutorials are intrusive. They stop the game. And then we can start the next stage early. We should probably do start next stage early, like that. Gives money earlier, more money, bound to seconds. Yeah. I think it's bound to 30 seconds. 30 seconds at most. How about a dialect appears above Tangy and he tells you a tip? That could also be something, you know, instead of the Tangy. Instead of, you know, like a pop-up here, there could be a Tangy, a dialogue above the Tangy that you click and then it gives you a pop-up on... That is actually a really cool idea. Let's do that right now. Maybe a baby tutorial store. Let's do that right now. It's actually a really smart idea. That is so cool. This guy is so smart. Like Shade 11, my man. That is so cool. We need to make sure that it's big enough. But damn, what a cool idea. I like it so much, we do it immediately. Where do we put this though? It's too many... Like, why is it here? Let's make a new one where I can save all of my old sprites. Okay, let me save that really quickly. Not to Cakez framework, but to Spielentwickler assets, a sprite, and then let's do, or maybe just assets. Shit, Spielentwickler assets. Oof, I don't know, textures, I guess. Nah, not textures. Assets. Sprites free, I guess. No. I guess we put it here. And then we call it old unused assets. .a sprite file. Old unused assets. Hopefully that works. Very nice. Do people still play casual games on PC? Yeah, of course. The balloons is really big. Of course they do. And you know the cool thing about my game is, if it is really successful, we can potentially... Let's get rid of that. We can potentially put it on mobile as well, at some point. I guess I'll put it here. I want to do a simple outline for a speech bubble. I've never done one, but I know that we want to have something like this. I think. Maybe that? Is that a good speech bubble? Maybe a bit bigger? So what it needs to do is display an exclamation mark in red. Whether that is in front or not, we'll have to see.
Gotcha, bitch!
I would love it to be like a big one that looks really cool. Something like this, maybe. Yeah, that looks a bit odd. You know, something like that. Bloop. Sir, attention! And then an icon in here that changes based on whatever, right? I don't know how big I need that to be. If I draw a... That is 40... No, that's 10 by 10. Is that enough pixels? I think I want at least 12 by 12 to have enough pixels showing, right? Otherwise it's too small. Let's make a 12 by 12 box and try to fit that in. 100 pixels is enough for anyone? So I would like to have something along the lines of this. Shit. Of course. That doesn't work. That's a quad, right? 13 by 13? I don't like that. One smaller. Like this. And then the icon would be in here. 12 by 12. Is that big enough? I think it's not big enough. Might be too small. I need to see it in game. Hello, Cozy White Beer. Good morning. It's odd better for center thing. No, the entire sprite needs to be an equal number of pixels. No, not equal. What is it called? Gerade in English. Even number of pixels, because what I do is I draw sprites around a center point, and if I put a center point and then I remove half of the size of the sprite, it will move in full pixels. If the sprite is, let's say, 7 pixels wide, it will move 3.5 pixels, and then it will not be aligned with the pixel grid. That's why, because I use center positions, I have to make sure that every single sprite I add into the game is even numbers. While this is not really important, this could be 13, right? This part right here. However, actually no, this has to be even too, because I will do different types of icons. Yeah, so that has to be even. But I mean, let's try this first here. Okay, I feel like moving this in by 1. And then obviously this exclamation mark. Maybe I can move this one to the right. And then this one more to the right. Oh, excuse me. Like that. And then we can have an outline here. This guy. Maybe that looks cooler. Or it destroys it. Let's see. I mean, it doesn't look too bad. But maybe we can make it a bit taller. Oh, that looks nice. You know, maybe we can also... Hey. Also, why does this keep moving? I always, every day, I put this here. Every single day. And this one as well. This is supposed to be here. A bit taller and a little bit more squashed like that. Anyways. Let's make it a bit more shiny here at the top. I mean, doesn't really look good. Maybe that. Looks weird. Fine. Excuse me. This stuff is so annoying for pixel perfect games. Nah, it's fine. Once you know it, you just do it. It's okay. And let's say the first information is... what would be the first information? It needs to be bigger than the enemy sprite for reusing purpose. Like, for example, let's say we want to learn about skeletons, right? That's 9 by 10. I think that fits very well. Where the fuck did I draw this? Here. Okay, so we need a different outline here. Shit. God damn it. Maybe red too? Maybe no outline? Yeah, there's got to be an outline, I think. The Atlas is getting smelly, I don't think. Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of stuff in here. Oh, shit. Fuck. contrast would be blue, right? Yeah, that would be the biggest contrast. But what would I do with these? I mean, I can use pure black, but that's bad. Gray. Or I need to use a brown. You know, something like that. B. Maybe brown. And instead of... Doesn't really work. I mean, we'll see. Hello there. Certainly, refactoring a whole project from JSX in React.js to styled components and custom hooks can indeed be a bit challenging. Yeah, to make the... yeah. I don't know what that has to do with what we are doing right now. For a house, yeah. However, I wish you the best of luck, sir. I wish you the... Hopefully it works out for you. 26 by 24. Or we can perfectly align this. And say we have 24 by 22. Alright, that's it for now. Let's see how that would look in the game. Oh, no, no. Yes, it's the H. Refactor, rewrite and react. Use vanilla JavaScript. Alright, so where do we put this? This is a... Abilities, weapons, swords, items, town, mission previews, chest open, money bag. I guess this could be a sprite. Speech bubble. And then we have toss, spear. Not sure what that means, but hell yeah. Put it here. Hey, what did I do? Speech bubble. We know that it's 20, what was that? 24 by 22. And then the offset is what? The offset is, yeah. 1184 and 64. 1184 and 64. There we go. Now we have the speech bubble in the game. And we can do update entities. No, update hero. Update hero. There we go. And then for every hero, I wonder if it's animate entity. Draw speech bubble. How do we do this? Draw sprite speech bubble on the hero position origin. Plus some offset to the top, which would usually mean minus like, I don't know, 36. And then we can do a float y offset, which is a sine f from game state, game time, times 4, or maybe like times 2. It depends, right, how much we want it. And then times, let's say... Oh yeah, we need to plus that by 1, which gives us a value between 0 and 2. And then I guess we multiply that by 2, which gives us some y offset plus y offset. There we go. And let's see how that looks. Essentially, this is what it looks like. There we go. That's it. Ah, Inuka is on YouTube. Oh god. Okay. Lovely. It's really nice, I have to say. Vanish ability, that's because I added in a new sprite. And the sprite was added before the enemies, before the unit sprite. So let's see here. The speech bubble was added before the defender. And therefore the defender was referencing an ID. There was shifted down. It was referencing this ID. That's essentially what happened. I can get away from this if I make sure that all of the units... like I can order my enums in a way so that doesn't happen. But yeah, that's something I do off stream. Cakez, are you a Aussagebuffer Schlitzohr? Are you surely making use of the upcoming Tower Defense Fest on Steam, right? It is important for any TD that wants to release in the next 3 years. I'm not going to go to the fest because my game is not in a state where I want to give it a shot to an audience and waste that opportunity. Also, I'm gonna have a baby, so I don't really give a shit. Like, quite frankly, I don't really give a shit. Most important thing is my baby's healthy. It comes to the world and is alive, right? And we get over that. Then me advertising my tower defense game at that fest. If that's a stupid, dumb mistake I do now, I will own it. However, I just want to focus on making the best game I can for now until I get something really good that I'm proud of. And for that, we need to work on these tutorials. And this is a really cool idea that Shade11 had, which I'm totally on board with. That is awesome. Now we just need to swap that a little bit to the right. Guys, about the size, is this good enough? What do you think? Is this big enough so that obviously the player can see it, right? Yeah? Okay. Looks good. Just translate to right. Yeah, we'll translate it to the right a little bit. We do that here. I don't know how much. 4, maybe? It's gotta be more. Maybe 6. Oh, wow. So much more. 12. Maybe small on mobile, but fine for PC. I think it's small. Maybe it's a bit small, yeah. It looks like 14 is in 12. It's not. Maybe 10. Slightly to the left, yeah. Maybe 8 or 6. Maybe that. At 0 it was best. I mean, we can do this, guys. Essentially. That works too. And then here we do 0. And just put it in the middle. Like this. And maybe fix that 1 pixel here. I think that works much better though, like this. Yep, I think this is good enough. Alright, let's not focus too much on this. Now we obviously need those... Guys, it's a bit too like dramatic. This. We need to focus on these now. The outline. I don't think the outline works very well. Or each of these have their own outlines. Each of these have their own. Let's do the easiest. Each of them have their own outline. It's not really consistent then though. I don't like that. I think the outline is okay, but the background should be a bit brighter. I mean, the blue background here, are you sure? Shit. Maybe like a blue one. to show that this is like an enemy walking in the sky, right? Little feeling. I mean, we keep it like that for now. That's okay. If it sucks, we're gonna change it. I don't think black works. I don't like using complete black. We can perfect it later. You're right, you're right. Okay, now we obviously need to turn this into something that is extendable, right? What I mean by that is, let's first get rid of these two here and put them like somewhere where I don't need them anymore, like with these, essentially. Because we are working on something here. What I mean by that is the following. Shit. This is an icon that is always drawn on top. So what we have here is a speech bubble and a bunch of icons. Different icons. That would be... They would all be in a row like this. Next to each other. And now at this point I think I want to draw this all below here, maybe. Organize this a little better. Because like I have all of the space here, right? Might as well put it here. And that means I have to quickly update the position. Where's that? 119032. There we go. Then it should show up again. There we go. Now, I want to build something that looks something like this. Since now it is much easier to... We're gonna have an enum list of tutorials, let's say. Or let's say additional information. Okay? Additional information. I don't know how we want to call that yet. But it's essentially something like... This is bad, by the way. But yeah, to do this is bad. Excuse me. Sorry. Oof. It's going to be a static array of some structure that we will have to define, which is tutorial. A tutorial has what? Well, obviously it has the speech bubble, right? It uses... Or maybe there's like an indication whether it's a speech bubble or not. Maybe a bool speech bubble. And by default that's false. Not bloom. Not bloom! Bool! What are you typing? Oh my god. Guys, I slept like 3 hours, okay? Yeah, we have like a tutorial and then a sprite ID, which would be the bubble icon. Yeah. And by default that's sprite icon enemy. Well, let's call it bubble icon, because then we can name these. Bubble icon enemy skeleton. Which we don't have yet, but we'll add that now. Tutorials. There we go. Cool. We have the skeleton thing here. Comma? Yeah. No. Can't jump to that anymore, of course. Yeah, wait a second. There we go. This is 12 by 12 always. I love coding, guys. I love coding. I love this. I just love this. Yes. 1214 by 32. I just love that. Making progress in your own engine is just so fucking awesome. It's insane. Now we have that skeleton. And then what I can say here is, okay, we have this struct tutorial. And is it a speech bubble? Yes or no? And then it also has a string ID, maybe for the name. Not sure, but probably. Or maybe different types of tutorials. I don't know yet. But let's say we have a string ID for the text, right? There we go. By default, that is string none, I think. String normal? What does that mean? Oh. What do we have? String empty. It's called string empty. There we go. And then what I want to have is a bunch of tutorials based on a tutorial count that we don't have yet. Wait, where's the type again? Tutorials like this, right? And then in there we can do a speech bubble. Well, do we have tutorial count yet? No. Let's get the enum. Tutorial ID or something, I don't know yet. Tutorial type, I guess. And then we have tutorial tutorial explain skeleton. And then we have tutorial count. Like, I'm just making this up as I go, what makes sense, right? And then the speech bubble is true. The bubble icon is... I wonder why this complains. Sprite bubble icon... no, sprite bubble icon enemy skeleton, and the text is string normal, just for now. Do not let heroes die. I don't know. We don't have a text yet, which I guess we'll add right now. And so now we can fine-tune those tutorials using some sort of JSON-like structure. And it's always updated in the game. So I can just, you know, say, okay, well, this is the tutorial explain skeleton, right? There we go. And we can even do that. Lol, I don't even need to do this. I do this. I think we do that, right? Yeah. So I don't even need to, like, you know, do a comment here, because we can use this C++ initialization that LLVM gives us. And so we always have the correct data at all times fit, whether we, you know, let's say we have like a tutorial, I don't know, B, and whether we change the order here, it doesn't matter. Cool. All right, cool. Next, let me think. Let's make a string. Not sure how we would do that and where we put them. Maybe just here. Tutorials. String explain skeleton. Or let's call it string skeleton tutorial. String tutorial prefix. It's better. Skeleton. Over here. Tutorials. Whoops. Yoink that. I don't know. Let's see. I probably want to show more, right? Other than the icon. I probably also want to have a tutorial name, a description, and probably an image to showcase. Like have like a small little screenshot. Why don't you use inheritance? Like what for in this case? Skeletons? Shit. Skeletons are very... Skeletons have decent armor and take more damage from magic, but are more susceptible to magic. Have armor, but are more maybe some enemy stats like Kingdom Rush. Cakez, yeah, like an encyclopedia. Like, so basically, I was thinking about it like this. This is the library. I'm gonna have to redesign this building anyways. So what I could do is, when you click on this, instead of showing me the power-ups here, which, you know, could also be done, we could have some sort of other type of building that just is like a book where we can read all of the different enemy types that we have encountered. One doesn't simply suggest practices to Cakez. No, it's a question. Why? Never use inheritance, always composition. Inheritance always becomes bad once you inherit something that has 90% of what you need, but 10% is custom. But it's 10% custom. Skeletons have armor, but are more... Cakez, are you considering inheritance or are you just shit-baiting here? No, I'm not considering at all. I'm asking why, because I have not found a single reason to use it yet. I used it once in a UI system where I wanted to open a window, let's say a UI window, and then a text box is essentially a UI window because it has a position and a size, and then the text box, like... It made no sense, essentially. I have armor that reduces physical damage. Cakez. I have armor that reduce physical damage. Is that it? Or do I just say, well, bro, you use magic damage for this? Use magic damage. And I think I always spell damage capital. That would be funny. Armor, not armor. Like, it doesn't really matter, but I guess I can armor. Yeah. Alright, fine. Let's say this is the first skeleton tutorial. I'm just gonna tell them to use magic damage. Then string skeleton tutorial skeleton. There we go. And then we probably have another dot, which we don't have set yet, which is another sprite ID. And now that is, and it's probably here. Example image or something. Sprite white for now, which I don't have that yet. And then dot sprite image or example image is sprite white, you know, and then we add it to do here. To do later. For now, we just need to get those tutorials in the game. And so now we have to figure out, well, which tutorial have we done so far? Have we done this yet? Right? And so for that, we need something in the game or some save state that allows us to track this. Excuse me. And I think it's here. Oh, sorry. Scripting events, unlocked event flags. Yeah. So that's an enum. Then we have a type def of int is going to be tutorial type flags. Tutorial flags. Let's call it tutorial flags. And we have tutorial flags, unlocked tutorials. Tutorial flags? Tutorial flag. Did I misspell that? Eh? It's the same. Am I blind? Am I stupid? Oh, it's in the header. Of course. So I have to put all of this in the header. Yeah, makes sense. This is in the header. Somewhere like, I guess here. There we go. Unlocked equals viewed. Yeah, I mean, we can say viewed tutorials, true. Actually, a cool idea. And then in the game, we could say, okay, I can build a function out of this. So we are coding like C, but compile like C++. Got it. Yeah, we do it like that. We do have some C++ features, but for the most part, I try to stick to C because I'm trying to make it as easily readable as possible. Completed tutorials? Now read tutorials. Or viewed tutorials, yeah. I'm not gonna do an ECS system because I don't see a reason. It's a 2D game, bro. And I'd rather just have a list of entities that I cycle through. I don't see a reason to have a big entity component system and then spread myself thin in trying to like... Nah, bro. Alright, now let's see. Update hero. We need to have the tutorial shown once and then an update game. Okay, wait. We need one more thing. In the game state. We need another ID. Essentially what I have is modals. And this could be the skill tree. Various different things. For example, here. I could say this is currently the modal open for the skill tree. Or the options menu is currently open. And these different modals are controlled using these IDs. So we can have another ID for the tutorial ID. And then we need to initialize that. Here. So give it a unique number. Now that it has a unique number, we can go to update level. And in here, we have modals somewhere. There we go. So right here. So, and we don't want to show all of them. Wait. Speed buttons. Wait a minute. It's fine.
Gotcha, bitch.
Oh, wait a minute. Shit. Wonder if... Yeah, that works. We're going to make the same modal. Alright, we have the skill tree here. And I guess we'll add that in-game tutorials. We do the same thing. If... Actually, this is really triggering me. It's triggering my ADHD. It's active modal, game state, tutorial ID. There we go. And now we can do something. Well, is it active, right? If it's active, what do we do? We need to figure out which modal or which tutorial to display. How do we get that? Are you using Vim Motions? Yeah, I'm using Vim Motions. It is a... what is this called? It is called... huh? So many things. It's Vim. This one right here. Works very well. Those if packs would be great with callbacks. It doesn't really matter. Because the callback happens right here. So we need to have some sort of indication on what to display now. I need to store the what to display now somewhere. So essentially, I need to know which type of enum. Right now, we could say, okay, well, the enum, not enum, the tutorial type. Wait, tutorial type. Type would be, I can't type. Type would be tutorial explain skeleton. There we go. Let's say that, right? And so then we just draw the thing, right? We draw the speech bubble. No, actually we draw, let's say, draw menu template. World size divided by 2. Size, I don't know, let's say X, I don't know, 160 by absolutely no clue, 120. Menu ID, line ID, and then sprite header icon. That would be, let's see, let's get the tutorial data, I guess. That would be tutorials on type. Now that we have the data here, we could say that, well, that's a reference, right? A const reference, maybe? Maybe not. Because const always fucks up shit. Object-oriented, never heard of it. Okay, bro. Thank you very much for 30 bits. Header icon. Yeah, that would be tutorial data dot bubble icon. Right. The bubble icon. And then the title. That would be a test. For now. I want to look at your code. Also, what's your background? I can go into this in a second. My code is available on itch.io, not itch.io, on Patreon. But I haven't posted in a while. I need to post my code again. Just wait. But essentially, I'm a web developer. Menu template. We have the menu. Now we have the vector content position. Let's just draw everything in the middle. Draw UI text. Tutorial data dot text on the world size divided by 2. Then we could say outline, render option says outline at least. There we go. And now, what are we missing? We have the icon, we have the thing. Now we just need to be able to click on this. And if we click on the template, then we pop active modal. That would be the game state tutorial ID. So basically we remove the modal. Right. We could also say, well, or we press the escape key. But, you know, maybe not. Then we pop the active modal, and otherwise we draw the text. And 16,000 lines. Guys, that's fine. And we do the game state, save state, dot view tutorials, or that with the bit of the type. So basically, this will be all of the different bits. That also means, though, that I can only have 32 different types of tutorials, because an int has 32 bits we can set. And so yeah, maximum can be only 32, unfortunately. So, what did I just do? So that is going to be an issue. Wait, are you writing everything in the main file? This is just the game. I'm writing the game in this file, yes. Okay. Now we need a way to open this up, right? And so let's mark this here and then update hero. In update hero, we have this sprite that we draw. Where's this? Right here. Draw speech bubble. And so essentially if do button, I guess. That would be the hero. Let's call it vec2 bubble position is this. Extract that out. Bubble position. And then we also need the vec2 bubble size, which is get sprite from the sprite. Hey. I'm out of thing mode soon, right, guys? Sprite bubble. Hey, sprite speech bubble. I'm out of flow mode in a second, okay? Bubble size. Yeah, we draw the sprite, then we make a invisible button. What is this? It wants a center.
See how fast I got how far I got high.
Guys, you can't distract me
how
with
high
this.
I got there.
Your attempts are weak. Fucking weak. Can't win. I'm already far gone into the flow state lands. We have lost. Now we have the size, and then if we click this button, we push an active modal. Push modal. That would be the game state modal. No, and it's not modal. It is the tutorial ID. There we go. Now we should be able to click on the modal, but I have to restart the game because I added in data. We changed the data. I don't use S to the end, CS to the end. No, I used it in the past. However, I didn't like typing uint32t every time. Okay, it's because no one else says it. It's fine the way you code your game. Thank you, Real Super. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you so much. Really nice. Hey! Here we go. Mark this as B. Alright. There we go. Click. Look at that fucking thing! Yes! So, we obviously need a better heading, and the font looks absolutely atrociously bad. But there it is. That's a tutorial. Looks like shit. Hey, it is how it is. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Nice work, Mr. Cake. Thank you. Now we need data that indicates that we should display a tutorial on top of a tangerine. 1. How do we do that? I'm sorry, Aizen. What did Ramis say? The chat is so fucking abusive, but at the same time so goddamn hilarious. Cakes, do you hot reload the system? Yes. Do you have some kind of allocation system in G-Bump Arena allocators? Yes. Here. Hot reload. And Rebel Decibel, by the way. Thank you. Huh? Wait. Exclamation mark hot reload. If you wanna know what I do, it's here. Let's explain to you. Cakes, did you notice that your line numbers are almost as wide as your actual code? That's not true. That's absolutely not true. And now they are gone. Now you can't see anything anymore. Hot reload in your area. Do you plan on having transparent windows, perhaps? I don't see a reason to have transparent windows for these types of tutorials because they are supposed to be intrusive. By the way, paused needs to be true here because it's pausing the game. Watch this! I coded this myself. It's paused right now. You see that? I just set a boolean to pause. Do you see this, guys? Can you see this? It is pausing the game because I set a boolean to pause. So easy. We want to see that again? I'll show you. Paused. False. Bubble is still moving. We're not talking about the bubble. We're talking about the game. Game's running. It's awful. We love it. It's not awful. Awful. You're wrong. True. Yep. That's good coding, my dudes. You can learn something here. Now, we need to identify what type of tutorial, right? We need to have a way of identifying, oh, we should right now display the bubble using this type of tutorial. Now, and we can only display one tutorial at a time. And what happens if we displayed one tutorial and then get to the next tutorial? So let's say, right, we are in the game here. It's running. This guy is displaying this tutorial. What should happen? What should happen with another tutorial that comes in? Do we just forget about this tutorial and okay, he didn't click on it? That's fine. In Bloons, what happens is the following. They force you. You can't actually not see a tutorial in Bloons. Some tutorials will always pop up. Just pause on tutorial. So basically, but this is maybe optional because this is just some enemy information, right? This is just information about the skeleton. While fucking toxic. It's fucking you should have a tutorial queue. You should have a tutorial queue. Multiple things can fire a tutorial show, but the user doesn't have to click it. Things like round start, enemy spawn, ability learn, dono wall. This, I should have a tutorial queue. Toxic. So what you guys are saying is the following. If I don't click on this, so I have something like this. In a game state. You see, struct game state. Toxic top 3. Shut the fuck up. We have something like, no, wait. New screen size. Do we even use this anymore? Man, I need to figure out a way to find out what I use and what I don't use anymore. Like, I don't use this volume changed boolean. Do I? New screen size? Initialized is there, yeah. Entity ID counter, that's also important. Oh, goodness. We're already at 2:44. Holy shit, how long was I in flow state, guys? Why did you not interrupt me? Goodness. Yeah. To avoid allocating on the stack, yeah. Hovered enemy, hovered hero, selected enemy. Yo. Game time in seconds. Game background, need that. Modals, show hero stats, boolean. Buyback view. Rename hero. Yeah, this is important. But we don't do that anymore, so. User skill, all this shit. All right, we're gonna need. I need to put a to do here. To do. This is probably obsolete. Alright, I guess we'll do a tutorial type. Tutorial queue. I mean, it's a stack. Right, but it doesn't really matter. And then I guess we could do an array. Of how many, man? Like 10 at most? Tutorial stack? And then what should it, like... An array is a stack? Yeah, because you can treat an array like a stack, brother. You can add, we can remove, we can pop. So guys, how should tutorials work? Stack is first in, last out. Queue is FIFO. Yeah, I can treat it like a queue. So guys, okay, let's say one Tangerine is displaying the latest tutorial on his head, right? Or should I have just a list of tutorials that show up here? I don't know how I would show multiple tutorials, you know? Imagine Thor using UTD as an example. No, seriously, Cakez, I respect what you're doing. It's smart to write code publicly like this, so people will name your game with Undertale and Celeste as example that code quality doesn't matter. It's like, not a single positive message has been written by this guy ever, you know? Fuck this. Hey, why is the game playing? I didn't say it should play. It hurts because it's true. It's not even true. Maybe a guy hiding in a bush with only eyes visible that gives tips later revealed to be one of the heroes' Cakez? Nah, that's too much work, bro. No. It has to be obvious. A place where a player can see past tutorials. Yeah, we'll do that later too. It's like a building. Can you go back to the door? I will send you a screenshot. Can I go back to the door? Okay, sure. But it's probably not gonna happen again. Like here or something? You want me to be here? Here? Is that the right position? Oh, that's nice and cold. It is how it is. Dude, I've got work to do. It doesn't show you? Yeah, sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. That's what it is. It's NVIDIA. He's gonna paint a clown face and send it. If you start designing hardcore tutorial pop-ups now, you will have to read that works hundreds of times before shipping. You really should either defer this work. You really should defer this work until later. I know what you mean. But I will defer this work. However, pop-up tutorials will need to be in the game 100%. That's why I'm doing it right now. So... I will 100% do it this way because I think it's the coolest way to show tutorials. And having a list of tutorials is something I do as well. We just have to figure out a rule set right now. Like, what type of rule set do we have when multiple tutorials can be clicked? Or when multiple tutorials have stacked up? Minecraft has 0 tutorials, I know, but we're talking about a TD game and I'm comparing myself to Bloons and Kingdom Rush. And if they do it, then there's a reason for it. Also, Plants vs. Zombies does the same thing. So I need to be at least as competitive as these games if I want to be in their vicinity. If I want to go in their direction. If I want to be competing with them. Why would anyone buy balloons? Buy my game if they can have balloons with better tutorials, for example. Or with better controls. Or with better gameplay. Do we agree tutorials are just to teach a game and not some random tips which you see always? It's supposed to run only at the beginning or introducing something new. Tutorials needed, bad game. Yeah, I know. But some stuff has to be explained. Cakez, that skull outline overlapping with box border looks really bad. Yeah, we'll change that later, guys. Let's not talk about the visuals. Let's talk about the question I raised. Model this as a concurrent state machine. Easier to write down the rules as transitions. No, I don't need to do any of that, guys. We just have to answer the simple question of what happens when we have this showing and another tutorial or another info box can appear. Do I still show this and have the other one in the back waiting? So when I click this, I find out, okay, that's interesting. I close it. Then the next one appears. Don't show the old one. Once clicked, it's gone. No, I'm not showing the old one. I click once, I see the tutorial for the skeletons, and another tutorial is waiting to be shown. Why would you ever have more than one? Because the player can decide not to click on it. He decides to keep on playing, and then there's a new enemy that spawns that requires maybe some information. That shouldn't ever happen if you queue them, unless you finish number 1. Number 2 can't show. Yeah, so the question is... Yeah, that's the thing. So, guys, I'll explain to you what I mean. F11. Let's make this a bit smaller so I can show this in Paint. So let's say multiple info boxes pile up, which can happen, right? In Paint, what I would do in the game is essentially... Okay... I would draw a box here with, you know, an info. And then if another one comes up, I just draw another box here. And if another one comes up, I draw another box. And if the player never clicks on these and finishes the level without clicking on them, they just disappear. But during the level, they can all go here. And then as you click on them, it shows a dialog box. This one disappears. The other ones, this one disappears. The other ones move up. That's the idea. It's the easiest thing to do, just like Kingdom Rush. That is what Kingdom Rush does. Now I decided to put the tutorials on top of the tangerines to give it more like an immersive feeling. This guy is explaining me, oh, hey, look, this skeleton, I can't attack him. You know, I think the position above the hero is bad. It would change for everyone in every map. Common place where you can expect tutorial to show up maybe better. We'll see. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, then I put it here. I can always change the speech bubble to something else. Why would the player ever see multiple pop-ups? Okay, guys. Do I really have to play the game? Fine. We'll play the game. We will play the game. Here we go. Let's go. It's gonna tell me it can't connect. Play offline. Come on. Play. Mute. I don't know why I'm playing right now. Like, why do I have to prove it? I'm an idiot. Alright, start, delete this, yes, new game. Fucking hell, that was loud. Yeah, unfortunately I can't change it. It's impossible. So yeah, to battle. This is Kingdom Rush, a very successful game, and it starts with instructions. This is the first thing you see. That's an intrusive tutorial telling you what to do. They found this to be necessary because players complained about not being able to know what to do. Now, I'm not making a Dark Souls game or I'm not making a 3D game where Dark Souls-like game where nothing is explained to you. I'm making a tower defense game. That is different. I'm not going for a Dark Souls feel here. I'm going for a tower defense game. Next. So it tells you a couple of instructions here before you begin. And then you can start the wave and you start building. So essentially something like this. Right, I'm just gonna keep going here. And then unfortunately we can't... I made a mistake already. Shouldn't have done this. Should have done mage here. There we go. Now we can click on it and then over here. Let's just not click this and see what happens when we get another pop-up. This is fine, Immo, because you have the option to skip. What do you mean? You can skip my stuff too. What are you talking about? What did I just click? Shit. What did I click? Fuck. It's straight edges from the ruler. It was an auto pop-up. Oh, I see. Okay. Now, I know that there's a new enemy, but I also know that there will be another tutorial telling me how to use this rally point. Okay? So we'll wait. We'll wait. You click the wave early. Alright, we got more gold here. Okay, we have to wait until... Yeah, there we go. So it just... See, this is what I would do and they do it too. You see that? They just have all of these. I know I can click the sheep, bro. So. That's what they do. Now, what can we do? How can we do that too? But... This isn't a pixel art game. No, it has nothing to do whether it is a pixel art game. We're purely talking about 2 times in the corner, 3 times. So what we can do... They have it in notification form. With a predetermined position on the screen. You're talking about something random pop-ups in random locations. Yes. So essentially, if I place my guy here, the pop-up is going to be all the way down here, which is bad, of course, you know. That is bad. Obviously. That can be an issue. No matter wherever I place my guy, obviously that's an issue, right? Of course. So I can't really control where the pop-up will be. You are 100% right. That is a downside of this. It gives us more immersion. But it also... The freedom allows us to fuck it up. However, is that really an issue? How about the icon being neutral and when you click on it, it opens a list of all the things in some sort of scrolly thing where the newest is at the top? You could shift it a bit to the center. Yeah, sure. I could say, well, if the position of this thing is like in a location where it's bad. Here, right? No, wait, that's the menu template. If this position sucks, then I could, you know, clamp it. So, you know, sure. Essentially just bubble position.x. is clamp bubble position.x. I don't even know what is the size. Sprite.size. It's supposed to be at least sprite.size.x divided by 2, or at most world size.x minus sprite. It's called bubble sprite, right? Bubble sprite.size.x divided by 2. Like maybe plus some like 2 something. Bubble, and then this is also bubble. Bubble size. Oh, it's called bubble size. Yeah, then I have to have a bubble. Sprite, bubble. Sprite is get sprite. And then over here we do bubble sprite. Oh, we already have the bubble size, so we don't really need that, right? Bubble size. True. Here too. Right, and then that now that this is clamped on X at least, in cases where it's squashed. Ah, great, because I added data to the game state, of course. Since whenever I add data to like a structure that is allocated on the heap, we have to replay. Create a tutorial Tangy that is kind of like the old paperclip dude that interrupts you and teaches the game. Could you look at my imager? I think it may look nice. Sure, Abath. Oh, cool idea. Actually, a really cool idea. I'll show that in a second. Yeah, so it basically pops it in the screen. Right? And now, obviously, the player can fuck it up. But I think it's so cool that even if the player fucks it up, it's still worth doing. And this is basically what Abath linked just now. It is just drawing these behind. Which is super cool. You see that? For every single tutorial we have, if multiple Tangis are the one who does dialogue select, who did this? There was Abath. What about something like WhatsApp icon that has a number on it, which tells you how many messages you've got? Yeah, that could also be it. Paint skills. Wait, you don't have a draw function relative to the screen? No. The draw function can be drawn anywhere. I have a camera that locks onto a certain position. Hi, Cakez. Hello there. Oh man, that's a difficult name. Redin. Bad Redin. Hello there. Bulge? Who's Bulge? What happens to the dialogue if the tangerine dies? It's gone. If I have no tangerines on the field, then it's not there. However, it is impossible to happen in the first mission because you can't sell your towers yet. But potentially, whenever I add that feature, you could fuck yourself up. If you don't have a tangerine, yeah. Can't enemies kill tangerines? Yes. At some point, they can be killed. If all of the tangerines die and you never clicked on this, then they will be gone. Yes. Obviously, right? If I don't have a tangerine on the field, nothing shows. Also adding pop offset to behind tutorials. Pop-up would look cool. They will be in a wave. Will you have infinite rounds? We'll see. I think so, yes. Thinking about it. Maybe a new map? Bob, I mean the motion up and down. Yeah, they will all have motion. They will be the same motion. Keeping record how many tutorials you got. You can also have a list who can display all tutorials on demand. Yeah, so that's basically what the town will be for. You play the game through this hub, which is totally not designed yet. It looks terrible. And in this hub, you will have different types of... This also looks terrible. Don't look at this, okay? It's still all in development. Essentially, through this hub, you will be able to click on a building and it will show you a list of tutorials. Basically, this... I mean, the game's paused right now, so... We can't... Oh, we can't actually... But essentially... yeah. Yeah, essentially like that. Can tangerines still be placed? Yeah. That's something we work on next. Does this game have a story? Kind of, but I have not fleshed it out yet. I'm still thinking on whether to add a hero to the game or not. That you can design yourself. Something you can scroll when you click? No, you just loop through all of them. In the game, yeah, you will just loop through all of them if you click it. Now, I'm wondering whether you can right-click on this and no, you can't even discard this. So I thought right-clicking on it would maybe discard it. No, you can't. Okay, I mean, we'll do it like this. I will try it. So here's what we'll do. All of this talk is great, but we don't know. We just don't know. So what can we do? Well, the easiest is to put it in the game. At some point, you guys, some other guys are going to play the game. We will get feedback. If it sucks, we do something else. That simple. We have a system right now. If it works, it's cool. If it doesn't, we change it. Changing this position here to the top left and then incrementing it in a list. Very easy to do. Doesn't matter. It's actually very simple. Now we just have to create a loop out of this. Yoink from someone? No, we're not gonna yoink. We're just gonna do like we're testing it like this. If this works, we keep it. If it doesn't, we do the list on the left. It's tied to your hero unlocks, isn't it? So you could add this information to the unlock system. Wizard deals magic damage, which is effective against armored enemies or something like that. Yes. Yes. You're gonna make me demo, aren't you? No, I'm not gonna do it. Like, I don't want to have too much control over this. You either click this or you don't. Nothing more. Like, it would be too much with time spent on this. So let's see. For loop. In tutorial index is 0. Okay, guys, I'm entering flow state. Going to be back in a second. Tutorial index is less than game state. Tutorial stack. Or how do we call that? Tutorial queue. Dot count. Tutorial index. Plus plus. We get a bubble position. And we also have a layer. Or maybe this is a UI sprite. We'll see. I might do UI. We'll see. And that depends on how many tutorials I have in the queue. Tutorial queue. Isn't it called tutorial queue? No? Tutorial queue. Dot count. That's actually really cool. That's really nice. It's dynamic that way. I like that a lot. Alright, do this. Very nice, very nice. Then we have the bubble position, which I guess we can clamp through. Do I clamp this? I actually won't clamp it. I'll keep it in the code here, but I won't clamp. So now we have the bubble position outside and the bubble size. There we go. Then we draw a speech bubble in front. That's the first one on our bubble position. We do an invisible button. Only if the tutorial index is 0. We do the button because we only want to do one button. And then we do bubble position dot y plus equals, actually plus, wait, bubble position dot x plus equals, let's move 3 pixels, and y is gonna be minus. And then what we do here is slowly decrease the layer. So let's say we have one tutorial. Well, then we change the layer by -1. And therefore, we should reach back to the count. Smart, right? And that's how we can draw the bubbles behind each other. And maybe I also would like to draw the sprite in a little bit of a darker color. Which we can do like this. We could say, well, the material color is color white if the index is 0. We do white. Otherwise we say, well, we darken it by 0.5. Take a look at that. Isn't that nice? And it actually complains here. Wonder what that means. Maybe because I have to call it f.of. We're going to skip that shitty song. There we go. Shut the fuck up. We're not listening to Scotland forever, ever. And that won't happen. Now, I wonder why this is complaining here. Because it should just work. It's a question mark, then a colon. Initializer list cannot be used. So I basically have to name this vector 4. And then it will no longer cry about it. Hello, Mr. Amida. Hope you're doing good, brother. Hope you have a very nice day today. What day is it, by the way? Wednesday, right? Today, yeah. Alright, let's see. We do not have a single tutorial in the stack. How about we add one to the stack? How do we do this? Well, we can go to update game and then to debug. And we do a, if we pressed the G key, yesterday we made an on-screen effect. Today we do game state dot tutorial stack q dot add tutorial explain skeleton every time we press the G key. Now we can do that 10 times. Oh my god, that's so good! Oh my god, that is so fucking good! Nice! G. Bruh! Now, is +3 too much? Goodness! You see that? Hmm? What? What are those? Those are different tutorials. Cakez, add an offset to behind the position so they will move in a wave. No, that's too much. No. Make the last two transparent. Oh, you're smart. That's a cool idea, Alstar Joe. Let's see if I can do that. We go more transparent, right? As we... that is a smart idea. So it's like, wait. Shed idea as always. Wait, let's mark this as C. Then we jump to A. I think that's here, right? No, jump to B. I think 3 is a bit much. I think we should do 2. Right? Let's see, how does 2 look? Collaboration, true. Oh, yes. That is fucking sexy. Holy shit, that is so fucking good. Okay, and then we say, okay, well, we want this to be drawn on render options. It's lagging. I hate that. Render options. I hate IntelliSense sometimes. That would be transparent. Here we go. I know that this works. It's just the IntelliSense is super slow. Visual Studio Code, ladies and gentlemen. At its best. Every day. Alright. Yeah, they are not sorted at the moment because I'm doing the sorting wrong. This is not a big issue. We're gonna fix that. This is, I didn't update the other Q sort loop. So essentially, geo render, shader hot reloading, render game texture. Where's Q sort? Here. So we have to copy this thing. I think down here. Essentially, it is the same. But yeah, I'm still doing that thing, so I have to basically... I basically have to do this, right? Yeah. Then that should work. Obviously, we have to restart the game for this. To build again. The proudest man on the earth, true. Do they pop up when you hover, Cakez? I could make it so that they get highlighted when... Or the first thing in front gets highlighted when I hover over this. So I could basically create another frame. Essentially... Well, another frame would be an issue right now, but I think we can do it. Let's say we have these down here. Below this, and then the second frame for this... Would be okay. I hover this right now. What would that look like? Maybe, I don't know, it gets a different color. That looks shit. Maybe the outline here changes. I mean, the other one got a glow, right? Put the Y position on a sine wave with the index as a multiplier for angles so that they wave. I don't know if I want to do a wave, guys, but let's undo this for now. We can always tweak this later. We are working on UI again. I can't believe this. Why do I always work on UI? I guess it's not really UI. It's technically tutorials, right? The UI is... This UI is a bit interesting. It is. It is. It's tutorial UI, yeah. Why does it flicker, Mr. Dicker? Because of this shit. It's sorting this dog shit. Don't ask me, man. Why not draw it back to front? We fixed the sorting like 2 times. Listen, bro, I don't know why it shows up like that. I need to take a piss. I just can't. We'll figure it out in a second. I need to go to the bathroom. I hate it. I hate this sorting shit, man. So we make a new layer. And then...
Yesterday I was at the dentist's chair.
Ah!
Now we are deleting this
Ah,
toothbrush.
you fucking
No.
bitch!
Get your ass back here! For fuck's sake, make those dentists.
My God!
BTW, the final level on
Oh! 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 Huh? Studio. Don't even think about it, guys.
Mr. Cakez 77, the famous Twitch gentleman. The first months of your journey I thought you were kinda bad at programming and graphism, but months after it seems like you didn't give up, and it's quite impressive because I didn't know someone could be that retarded. Congrats.
Install driver? Okay, fine, we'll try that. What does restart mean? My computer? Or Steam? This is ridiculous. Steam? I knew this was gonna happen! Are we done yet? Can we continue? Okay. Yeah. Good. Let's continue. Okay. Should have worked on the UI. It was Steam, not me. It was Dark Souls. So. Why is this flickering? Enable only the one tooltip above a single unit. Make them show up sequentially, like in other games. No. So what do we do here? You need additional sorting with a sorting layer, within a sorting layer. I think I do though. It should, to be honest. But okay. I mean, how about this? I'm pretty sure it's sorted. Let's see where this is drawn into. What is it sorting? Oh wait, it's a sprite it draws. I'm such a fucking moron, dumb idiot, stupid potion drinker. It's insane, man. I'm not even drawing UI. I'm just drawing the game. And the game's layer is 0, and therefore I'm always drawing 0. Of course it flickers. Because I don't draw UI. Oh, man, guys, it's the 3-hour coding mark. We shouldn't code that long. See, that's why I went to 2-hour codings, because my brain starts to go stupid mode. It engages some sort of code path along the brain cells that makes me do stupid shit. Sine wave. It was a 2.5 3-hour reaction, 2.5 reaction. Shut the fuck up. It wasn't a 2.5 reaction, it was a 1.5, okay, bitch? How about you stop exaggerating, okay? Get down to earth again. Oh my god, poor thing. 3 hours already. I do 100 hours a day. I do 100 hours a day. Me better coder. Me more coder you. Don't care. Goodness. Okay, let's see here. Ah, yes. Now, let's see.
Am I so out of touch?
If
no.
Mr. Elmido is gifting one.
Let's call it float alpha is 1. There we go, guys. There it is. Alpha. And every single frame. Oh wait, we can do the. Can we do this? I mean, Mr. Almeida, thank you. I have an idea. I actually do have a cool idea. I think 0.2 is too much. God, this is so fucking good. I think this is so fucking sexy and good. Take a look at this. This is incredible. It's not dog. Go away. Go away. Yeah, I've been like, is this your actually like your message? Oh, wait a minute. Has he only like written toxic messages? What's the first message? Blabbering? Game crash. Okay. Tangy TD is unintuitive as fuck. Like you need to buy skills twice before you can use them. The dot. Definitely need a tutorial for that. Hate Watcher. Yeah, it's actually a Hate Watcher, 100%. True. Hashtag wholesome. I think 0.2 is too much. Because of my alpha thing, maybe 0.1. Now that is sexy. I can get behind that. What do you guys think? Isn't that awesome? Now I can have multiple... Oh wow. They fade terribly. Actually. I think this is bad. Shit. How do we do this? I'm an emotional support watcher. You got this cake. Thank you, thank you. I hope this will increase the time. I will wait for the demo. It looks great. Good morning. Just woke up at 2 p.m. Schedule is completely out of control. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. You can do it, Mr. Zere. You just stay awake next time. Push through, bro. When did you go to sleep then, though? At like 5, 6 a.m.? Could try alpha minus equals tutorials count 1 divided. What does that do? Not much changed here. Not much really changed. So what I want to do is basically this. I want to show the first two. And that's it. I don't want to have this little... I don't want to have this long... Ich will diesen Übergang nicht so scheiße haben, weißt du? Ich will einen starken Übergang. Das heißt, erst sehr durchsichtig, dann so gut wie gar nicht durchsichtig und dann gar nicht mehr. Weißt du? Kapisch? Ja. Ist so. Mann. He just insulted every one of you in German. Bratwurst? Yeah, yes. Oh, man. Wait, Mr. Amina gifted a sub to DGod Live. Thank you. And Barra Script, thank you very much for following. So essentially I want to do, okay, 0.1, and then nothing. You know what? Only draw the next two. Only draw two more. Only draw the next two if there are more. Who cares? I still have to do the UI change layer here, which is... Oh shit. Continue is bad then. Yeah, I'm gonna fuck up UI if I do that, so we have to unfortunately do this as well. I can't do break. It's a minor spelling mistake. You can have that, brother. It's fine. If there, yeah, that's okay. I'm fine. Yeah, thank you. Like this. I only wanna draw the next two. Cause it already shows that there's more. There we go. That's it. 3. No, the next 2. So only draw at most 3 if they are more. How about this? Draw toots, clamp, tutorial count, whatever, then draw toots for your layer and add the loop. You mean, so basically an int count is clamp 0 to, clamp the game state, tutorial q.count to 0 and 3. And then we put that comment here. And then we say, instead of q count, we say count. And then we change the layer count times to count. Then we don't have this shit here. And we say, well, remove. Right. This is boring. When does Elden Ring start? Shut the fuck up, bitch. Don't care. Bro, making good tutorials here. There we go. That's fine. That's totally okay. Because... guys, that's fine. I wasn't affecting the UI layer at all, okay? There we go, now it's gone. Why is one lower positioned? There we go. No, a higher number is on top, a lower number is behind. That's how the UI works. Now, we need to make it so that... obviously, these don't alternate, right? So I can't use the game time, but I probably have to do a static float local time is 0, and then local time plus equals delta time, and then we use the local time. There we go. Now they don't move up and down anymore when the game's paused. You see that?
Gotcha, bitch.
Fucking smart. That's why you use statics, right? Don't ever use statics, guys. Look how easy that can be. Cool. New feature. Now let's make this a little bit better. Thank you so much for following, sir. We can say that we want the text. Where's the text? Where the fuck is the text? Am I blind? We have the speech bubble? Wait, no, B. A. Here's the text. We have outline, but we should also center this. Wait, is that or? Center. There we go. Now it's centered here. And then we could say, dot wrapping size is 140. Oh shit. Use static utility classes, guys. It's not a class, it's a locally scoped variable that keeps the data. Skeletons have armor that reduce physical damage, bro. Use magic damage. We're gonna need that later. Window center and window size. Oops. Because I want this to be a bit down so that we can have an image here. And this is something I have to fix off stream. I want my menu. I have like a menu template that allows me to, you know, create a templated window that looks always the same. However, for such a small window, I would like to have a different type of template, or at least have more options on what type of sprite I use for the heading. And have it a little bit, be a little bit more dynamic. In this case, I want the heading to be a bit smaller. So a smaller sprite here. Maybe only 2 lines instead of 3 wooden planks. And then maybe a slightly different, menu. But I guess the menu is fine. It's good enough. And then obviously we need to also have some sort of confirm button here. Static inside a function is a global variable only if you know how to count stack memory. Yeah. Oxydol, thank you so much for following. Appreciate it, man. Just one big boo plank will suffice. Now I like a different type of plank that I can adjust. So essentially it's called draw menu template, and it only takes in the icon here, which is this little thing right here. That doesn't do much. It doesn't allow me to change this right here. No, actually, header icon. No, wait, not the header icon. Here's the menu. That's the wood one. Then we have the socket. Close socket, the close button. Ah, draw menu heading. There it is. Yeah, the draw menu heading should probably take in a background sprite instead of this plank here. So basically I need to create a new variable, not a variable, a new whatever that's called. Maybe even a new function that we can just call, like for example, if we have this already. Oh wait, which one would we, like how would we do that? This one has a sprite ID with a BG. And then it basically has this. Maybe the BG has to be at the back. Let me see here. The BG, and then it draws this using the heading sprite. Let's call it heading sprite. I think it's better than BG. Heading sprite. And this one that doesn't have any parameter would just call this function. So now I know the order is that function first. It draws this function here. Using this sprite. And we have the icon, the title, the center, and the size of the menu. Now we essentially just created a more versatile function. Really cool. And we didn't have to change code at all. Isn't that nice? Now, I can potentially change it, but I'm not doing it right now. I'll do that off stream. Isn't really worth talking about at the moment. So, in-game tutorials. So if it is active, then we want to display the latest tutorial. So how do we get the latest tutorial? Is game state tutorials. Oh yeah, the type. It's game state tutorials on. No wait, tutorial queue on 0. That's the type, and then we get the data for that tutorial. It's paused, and then whenever we close the window, we add the viewed tutorials to the save game, and then we remove. It's kind of bad, but basically we remove index and pack the first one. We remove the first index. Let's see if this works. Cakez, have you ever seen Mizzy's how to make successful devlogs video? Yeah, at the very beginning I tried doing that, but my content was still bad. So while yes, I got immediately to cut immediately to the chase. Basically my A-Sprite video is inspired by that.
Always on top?
If you take a look at my A-Sprite video, I go immediately into what I'm doing. Close. 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 Did I not build this? Hey. Hey, sir. Bro, shouldn't you remove index and shit? And pack the array? Huh? Haha. Tutorial queue, count 3. Oh, it works! Guys, it works. We have implemented the tutorial queue. Look at that. Look at that. Wonderful, yeah. We are missing a confirm button and proper tutorials, but we have the bare bones done. So now I can just go ahead and work on, let's say, okay, we need an image for the skeleton and the skeleton being hit. Stuff like that, put it in there to give some information, and then boom, no wave. No wave? Google Drive? Oh no, what did you do? I told you not to do it, bro. I told you not to do it. And he still did it. And now people are gonna complain that I don't do it. Is it safe to watch, guys? Now, Parado, I don't think you're gonna be showing something that's bad, right? But is it safe? Okay. Tutorial 1. Ah, I see. Skill issue. So this is it. It's fine, yeah. Inukai's grandma naked. Yeah, so essentially some tutorial text. Skill issue. It's a really cool idea, I have to say. Definitely. I'll think about it, okay? I'll think about it. It's a nice idea. When you click on it, you can have like a list of tutorials that you can click through on the left here, right? And so you don't have to go like this all the time, right? Click away, click away, click away. Can be a bit tedious. I know what you mean. Put the tutorial paragraphs in inventory like Elden Ring. He called your Minecraft in a weak thing too. He called out your Minecraft in a weak thing too. Wait, really? Did he? Did I miss that? Did I not read? What's this guy talking about my Minecraft? What are you talking about my Minecraft, huh? No, you didn't.
Gotcha, bitch.
Just skill issue. Stack tutorials would be rare. You click them as soon as possible or never, Cakes. Yeah, I know. And there will, obviously, there will be an option here to skip all tutorials or to hide tutorials, right? It's literally the tooltips one. This toggle right here would hide or show tutorials. I'll change this later, but yeah. This options menu is also really bad, but yeah. Really cool idea. Thank you. Thank you so much. Nice. That was good. I'm very happy about this. Wait, am I muted? I'm not muted. Okay, let's do a git add. Like Mr. Prime. Git add. Git commit. -m. Edit the possibility to add tutorials to the game. Push. Really cool tutorials. Thank you guys. And we only learned about that because of Kingdom Rush. And I'm actually going to implement early enemy spawning and gold rewards upon doing so to the game as well. I think Kingdom Rush has a really cool idea there. So spawning waves early and then giving the player a reward in gold. I think that's a neat thing to do. So we'll copy that. I said it. We'll do it. Just because I forced you to play Kingdom Rush, yeah, true.